Hello everyone! Today we are exploring the interesting world of phonetics with a special focus on how we articulate consonants. Consonants are sounds we make by blocking airflow in different ways, and they are essential for forming words in any language. Unlike vowels, which let air flow freely, consonants can be voiced or voiceless. Voiced consonants like b and d use our vocal cords to create sound, while voiceless ones like p and t do not. We can also categorize consonants by where in the mouth they are made, such as at the lips or at the back of the throat. Today, we will specifically look at the manner of articulation, which explains how we shape the airflow to create different sounds, from the sharp t to the smooth m. Each consonant has its own unique way of being produced. So, whether you love language, want to improve your speaking skills, or are just curious about how sounds work, then this video is for you. We will break down the different manners of articulation and give clear examples. So let's dive into this phonetic adventure together. Now that we have a basic understanding of how consonants differ from vowels, let's get into one of the most fascinating aspects of consonants, the manner of articulation. This is all about how we shape and control the airflow to create different sounds. By understanding these techniques, we can see how every consonant is produced in its own distinct way. Let's begin by exploring the main categories of manner of articulation, starting with stops, also known as plosives. Stops occur when we completely block the airflow at some point in the vocal tract, allowing pressure to build up. When we release the obstruction, the air bursts out, creating this sound. So, these sounds are formed by completely stopping the airflow, building up pressure, and then releasing it suddenly. Examples: p as in pat, the lips come together to stop the airflow. Pa. Ba as in bat, similar to pa but with vocal cord vibration. Ta as in tap, the tongue contacts the alveolar ridge just behind the upper front teeth. Do as in dog, also an alveolar sound but with vocal cord vibration. Ka as in cat, the back of the tongue touches the soft palate. Ga as in goat, similar to ka but with vocal cord vibration. Each of these stop sounds has its own unique position in the vocal tract and can either use the vocal cords or not. As we go farther, we will see how other manners of articulation shape airflow in distinct ways to create the variety of sounds we use in language. Now that we understand stops, where airflow is completely blocked and then released, let's explore a different manner of articulation, known as fricatives. With fricatives, the key difference lies in how we shape the airflow. Instead of stopping it entirely, we create a narrow passage that allows the air to flow continuously. This creates friction, or a turbulent hissing sound, as the air moves through the small space. Fricatives are formed by partially obstructing the airflow. Unlike stops, the air isn't completely blocked, but rather forced through a narrow gap, creating a characteristic friction sound. This manner of articulation can produce both voiced and voiceless sounds. Here are the examples. As in fan, the lower lip comes close to the upper teeth, allowing air to escape in a narrow stream. V, va, as in van, similar to fa, but with vocal cord vibration, creating a voiced fricative. S, as in sun, the tongue moves close to the alveolar ridge, creating a high-pitched hiss as air flows through the gap. Z, as in zoo, similar to s, but with vocal cord vibration, adding a buzz to the fricative sound. Sh, as in she, the tongue approaches the hard palate, creating a sh sound as air squeezes through. J, j, as in measure, similar to sh, but with vocal cord vibration, giving a softer, buzzing j sound. In each fricative, the airflow is never completely blocked, but it is restricted in a way that generates friction. This continuous stream of air, combined with specific constriction point, gives each fricative its unique sound. By shaping the airflow in this way, we create the distinctive turbulence that defines the fricative manner of articulation. Next, we will explore other manners that further alter how air moves through our vocal tract to produce a range of sounds. Now that we've covered stops and fricative individually, let's look at the manner of articulation that combines both, which is affricates. Affricates begin as stops, where the airflow is completely blocked, but then released as fricatives, where the airflow is forced through a narrow passage. This combination creates a distinctive, complex sound that is different from either stops or fricatives on their own. Affricates are unique because they combine two actions in one sound. They start with a complete closure, building up pressure as in a stop, and then release with a fricative-like turbulent airflow. This layered articulation gives affricates a choppy yet smooth quality. For examples, ch, ch, as in chip or church. The sound begins with a stop, where the tongue briefly makes full contact with the alveolar ridge, blocking airflow. Then, it releases into a fricative sound similar to sh, the sh sound. J, j, as in jam. This sound starts as stop, like d, with the tongue touching the alveolar ridge to block the air. It then transitions into a voiced fricative like j, the j sound as in measure. The key to affricates lies in this sequence. A full stop followed by a controlled fricative release. This two-part manner of articulation creates a sound that has elements of both the crispness of a stop and the softness of a fricative. By combining these manners, affricates provide an interesting variation that adds richness to speech sounds. After looking at affricates, which combine stop and fricative actions, let's move to a unique manner of articulation called nasals. Nasal sounds are different from other consonants because they redirect airflow through the nose rather than the mouth. This redirection happens when we lower the velum, the soft palate at the back of the mouth, allowing the air to escape through the nasal passage while the oral cavity is blocked. In nasal, consonants are produced by lowering the volume so that airflow is directed through the nose. The oral cavity is completely blocked, which allows all of the sound to resonate through the nasal passages, creating a distinctive humming quality. For examples, ma, as in man, both lips come together to block the airflow in the mouth, while the sound resonates through the nose. Ma, man. N, as in nose, the tongue touches the alveolar ridge, blocking airflow in the mouth, allowing air to escape through the nose. Last, as in sing, sing. The back of the tongue contacts the soft palate, closing off the mouth and directing airflow through the nasal passage. In nasals, the defining characteristics is the way the velum is lowered to open the nasal cavity, allowing the airflow to bypass the mouth completely. The manner of articulation creates a resonant, humming quality unique to nasal sounds. By understanding how we produce nasals, we can see how altering the path of airflow creates a distinctly different sound quality compared to stops, fricatives, or affricates. Now that we have explored stops, fricatives, affricates, and nasals, let's turn our attention to two more manners of articulation, which are liquids and glides. These sounds are often grouped together as approximants because they involve relatively open and smooth airflow compared to other consonants. They add fluidity to speech, allowing for more continuous transitions between sounds. Liquids are produced with a partial closure in the vocal tract, but unlike fricatives, the airflow is smooth and unobstructed enough to flow around the tongue. Liquids have less constriction, giving them a soft, flowing sound. Examples, L, as in light, called a lateral liquid. The tongue makes contact with the alveolar ridge, but the sides of the tongue remain open, allowing air to flow around it. Another one is R, as in red. This can be a retroflex or approximant liquid, where the tongue either curls back slightly or comes close to the alveolar ridge without touching it, allowing a smooth flow of air. The defining feature of liquids is the way the tongue creates a gentle obstruction that lets the air flow freely around it. This manner of articulation gives liquids a resonant, almost vowel-like quality, making them more sonorous than other consonants. Another one is glides, also known as semi-vowels, involve a very minimal constriction in the vocal tract, resulting in a nearly unimpeded airflow. Glides are transitional sounds, often occurring before or after vowels, and have a smooth gliding quality. For examples, ya, as in yes, the tongue approaches the hard palate, creating only a slight constriction which produces a smooth vowel-like sound. The next one is wa, as in we. The lips round while the back of the tongue raises slightly toward the soft palate, allowing for an easy flow of air. In glides, the airflow is barely constricted, making them sound similar to vowels. The manner of articulation gives glides their characteristics smoothness as they transition effortlessly between consonants and vowels. By understanding how liquids and glides shape airflow, we gain insight into how these approximate sounds contribute to the fluidity and natural rhythm of spoken language. Now that we have explored different manners of articulation, let's discuss why understanding them is so valuable. Knowing how we produce sounds isn't just a theoretical exercise. It has practical applications in various fields. The manner of articulation plays a key role in everything from language learning to speech therapy and linguistic research. Understanding the manner of articulation is crucial for several reasons. First, in language learning. For anyone learning a new language, accurately pronouncing sounds can be challenging, especially if they don't exist in their native language. Understanding the manner of articulation helps learners become more aware of how to shape their airflow and position their articulators, leading to clearer and more native-like pronunciation. Second one is speech therapists use knowledge of articulation to diagnose and treat speech disorders. For example, understanding whether a child is substituting a stop for a fricative, like saying "t" instead of "s", can reveal patterns that guide target therapy. By analyzing the manner of articulation, speech pathologists can design exercises that help individuals develop more accurate and effective speech sounds. For linguists, analyzing the manner of articulation is essential to understanding phonological patterns across languages. By studying how sounds are produced and comparing them, linguists can identify patterns, variations, and influences within and between languages. This information helps build a broader understanding of human language and sound systems. In each of these fields, knowledge of the manner of articulation provides a foundation for more precise communication, treatment, and research. It's a powerful tool that connects the physical mechanics of sound production with the study and practice of language. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to recap the significance of the manner of articulation. This concept is essential for understanding how different consonant sounds are both produced and perceived. By categorizing consonants into stops, fricatives, affricates, nasals, liquids, and glides, we gain insight into the mechanics of speech and the richness of language. Each manner of articulation shapes airflow in a unique way, adding variety to the sounds we use and hear every day. Whether you are a language learner, a speech enthusiast, or simply curious about how speech works, mastering the basics of articulation is a great first step into the world of phonetics and linguistics. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on phonetics and the science of language. Feel free to leave any questions or comments below. And let's keep exploring together. Thank you for watching!